A full-scale digital manhunt is underway. Record-setting web traffic jammed FBI.gov after they released photos and surveillance video of two suspects in the Boston Marathon bombings. Over the past 3 days, investigators have pored over countless clues, but one crucial piece of the puzzle reportedly came from this man, Jeff Bauman, that severely injured spectator whose ashen face became an iconic image appearing on our screens as responders whisked him away. Jeff lost both legs below the knee, but his brother told a reporter when he woke from surgery while still in the ICU, Jeff gave a description of a man he saw moments before the blast, putting down a backpack. It may well have led investigators to a dramatic breakthrough we begin with tonight. With more, here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross in Boston. Brian?
Juju, it was an extraordinary moment and the beginning of a massive international manhunt. Federal law enforcement authorities now believe that a team of at least 2 men carried out the bombings here. Not a lone wolf, but 2 men, described tonight as armed and extremely dangerous. They are now the world's most wanted men. 2 men in their 20s, caught on tape. Suspect number 1 with a black cap. Suspect number 2 with a white cap worn backwards, both wearing backpacks that the FBI believes held the bombs.
We initially developed a single person of interest. Not knowing if the individual was acting alone or in concert with others, we obviously worked with extreme purpose to make that determination. Indeed, through that process, the FBI developed a second suspect.
Off to the side of this video, runners can be seen heading to the finish line, and time code markers indicate the footage was made about 13 minutes before the first bomb went off.
Their walk is very directed and a little bit intense, but not so much that the average person would pick it up. In other words, it's clear to me they're on a mission.
The FBI believes, but does not have photographic evidence, that the first explosion is linked to suspect number 1. But for suspect number 2, with the white hat, a different story.
Suspect 2 set down a backpack at the site of the second explosion, just in front of the Forum restaurant.
That second bomb was set off just 12 seconds after the first one, as suspect number 2 walked away.
Suspect number 2 with the white cap on proceeded west on Boylston Street, and that's all we know right now.
Officials say they made the images public now because they need help in connecting the faces of the potential suspects to actual names. But they warned these are dangerous men.
No one should attempt to apprehend them except law enforcement. Let me reiterate that caution. Do not take any action on your own.
The still grieving and shell-shocked people of Boston seemed eager to know every detail and to help tonight. You saw these?
Yeah.
These are the people the FBI thinks had the bomb. Is this helpful?
Absolutely helpful. I mean, you got 2 clear pictures of people carrying backpacks.
They made a place that you love and you grow up in tainted, and they hurt innocent people. And it makes you, like, it hurts. And I see them and I almost don't want to give them the time of day, and you want to focus on the heroes, but at the same time, I want to find out what's wrong with you. Like, why would you do that to innocent people?
One of the state's former governors and most prominent residents said he was confident the suspects would be found.
This is a day of hope and inspiration from that event, but also encouraging to see that the perpetrators of this may well have been identified and may be on their way to have justice served.
There were other new developments today based on some 300 pieces of evidence recovered from the crime scene. Some of the components of the bomb, including this battery and this circuit board, were recognized by hobbyists as parts of a toy remote control car, similar to this one seen online, posted by the manufacturer. The owner of one hobby store outside Boston says FBI agents interviewed him on Wednesday and left little doubt that a remote control unit had been used.
When I said it looked like to me that one of the components was a radio receiver, the response was like I was dead on.
There are even instructions on the internet about how to use the components of a remote-controlled toy car to set off a bomb, both from the anarchist cookbook and jihadist sites as well. All of this happened on a day when the city began the recovery process. with President Obama joining others for an interfaith service.
We are one Boston. No adversity, no challenge, nothing can tear down the resilience in the heart of the city and its people.
There is still no indication of whether this was an act of foreign or domestic terrorism, but the president vowed on Thursday that whoever it was, they will not escape.
If they sought to intimidate us, to terrorize us, to shake us from those values that Deval described, the values that make us who we are as Americans, well, it should be pretty clear by now that they picked the wrong city to do it. Not here in Boston. Not here in Boston.